Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good. Today we'll learn a new concept called VPC peering. As you already know in the previous session, VPC is a virtual private cloud. You have given a virtual network to create any of the virtual machines inside that, and you can host any of the web applications on top of that virtual machines. So what is this peering? If you have two machines hosted on two different virtual clouds, you will not be able to establish communication between those two machines. If those two machines are inside the same virtual private cloud, by default the communication will be there, but if they are in the two different virtual private clouds, you will not be able to communicate. So but there is a way to get that established. That concept is called peering connection. When you establish a connection between two private clouds, then the machines inside that will be able to communicate with each other. So let's for this lab, I have created already two VPCs in two different regions, and also have created two virtual machines in each of the virtual private cloud. So let us establish a peering connection between those two VPCs. Let me create a peering from my Ohio to North Virginia VPC. Ohio to Virginia peer. Ohio VPC, and just make sure that CIDR is correct. And whenever you want to create a peer with another VPC, the CIDR ranges should not match with both the VPCs. Those two should be different from one another. If those two are same, you will not be able to establish a peering connection. Okay, for this, let me go ahead and grab the VPC ID of Virginia. Give the VPC ID and just create the peering connection. So we have requested for the peering connection from Ohio to Virginia. Go to your Virginia region and check if there are any pending peering connections available. You see there is one peering connection which is ready for acceptance. Accept the request. So you are getting the notification your peering connection has been established, but to send and receive the traffic between those two VPCs, you must add route to that peered VPC. Where will you add the route? In the routing table. Go to the routing table and edit the routes of that routing table. You were having whenever you create a routing table, you just this local route will automatically gets created, and previous session we have added internet routing, and this is the new routing that we are going to add. If there is any request comes from this CIDR range, that is Ohio CIDR range, we are in Virginia, and choose the peering connection as the destination. Which peering connection? The one we have just created. Save the changes. So your routing table has been updated, and go to the other side. Even there as well you have to update the routing table. Edit routes. Whenever there is a request from Virginia CIDR, go and choose it as a peering connection and the one which we have created right now. Save the changes. Now the peering has been established and also route tables have been updated, right? Now we can go ahead and test the connection between those two machines. To connect to any of the Linux machine from the Windows, we will be using PuTTY. And go and grab public IP of those two machines. Open my putty tool, and these two are Ubuntu machines. Hence, let me give the name as Ubuntu and the public IP of that machine. And to connect to the machine, we already have a ppk file downloaded. This is whenever you create a virtual machine, you have to have this key pair to be given. So that private key file for authentication. Okay. Now let us go ahead and connect to other machine as well. The same fashion. Ubuntu and the second machine, which is in Ohio. Copy the public IP of that machine. And select the appropriate private key file for authentication. Okay, now we have logged into both the machines. Let us test the connection between those two machines. Ping 1062.110. Yes, they are able to communicate with each other. Let me test the same thing with other machine as well. 1059.117. Let us remove the route from the routing table and try to establish a connection. Go to your VPC routing table, edit the routes, remove this, save change. Go to other routing table, edit the route, and also remove this, save the changes. Now in both the routing tables we have just a local route and internet gateway route. Let us try once again to see if they're able to communicate with each other. See, the ping traffic is not going at all. So I hope you understand how to establish a communication between two machines residing in two virtual private clouds. That's all for the day. Thank you for watching.